20 years ago, our charity set up Room for Refugees, a refugee hosting network, in response to the government failure to provide shelter to destitute refugees under their forced dispersal programme. A handful of volunteers took part in that programme and took people into their homes. We were told that we were fools and we shouldn't be taking refugees or asylum seekers into people's houses, and that we were creating risks. Today, and since then, we have provided shelter to over 4,000 refugees, 16,000 fully registered hosts, people who are offering space in their homes, and we've built an online platform capable of matching host families with people in need. Over 500 refugee organisations refer their most vulnerable asylum seekers, refugees, to our organisation. They include the British Red Cross, the Scottish Refugee Council, Freedom from Torture, but that's 500 organisations, and it was built up over 20 years. This refugee hosting network was pioneered in Scotland, and I have to say something. It really upsets me to see that even the Scottish Government has never celebrated the fact that Scotland pioneered Room for Refugees with 20,000 hosts. Has never. We're part of a worldwide movement that we're committed to building a modern-day underground railroad of dedicated people who are defying the indifference of governments to the global refugee crisis by lending a helping hand to men, women and children. So that programme has helped people through the destitution crisis for asylum seekers from Syria, from Afghanistan, from Iran, from Eritrea, from Yemen since 2002. We've helped people during the Park Inn tragedy in 2020, the Syrian refugee crisis in 2015, during the Afghan crisis in 2021, the Serco evictions in 2019, and now the Ukraine crisis. These are refugees. But we're concerned about the UK government's Homes for Ukraine sponsorship scheme. On an industrial scale, the UK government has gathered 156,000 signatures and expressions of interest and goodwill from members of the public. They've asked you to volunteer to provide homes in there. And only now the government has admitted that only a tiny fraction of those people will ever see a Ukrainian refugee. Not only that, instead of gathering people's signatures, they've ignored every refugee hosting network in the country. They haven't spoken to refugee organisations, and unfortunately, and I have to say it because you have to call it out, the Scottish Government is now on an industrial scale gathering signatures from people. It's got one step further in that they're saying they will connect you to refugees, but the expertise for that lies with charities, and we would not encourage you to go and give your names and your personal data to government organisations to host refugees, because there are networks already, and there's a pioneering network called Room for Refugees, and if you just go onto the website you can register. And instead of collecting these signatures on an industrial scale, the government should be bringing in refugees on an industrial scale right now. Whatever their colour is, we have 200 Ukrainian families, some who are heavily pregnant women. They have left a war zone. These governments, these organisations should be bringing in refugees, whether they're Ukrainian, whether they're Afghan, and I hope that this programme is going to be in place for the Afghans, for the Syrians, for the people from Yemen, for the people from Iran, for every colour of person that needs to come here, because the truth is, brothers and sisters, only a tiny fraction of the world's refugee population actually wants or needs to come to the UK. We're not all desperate to come here, and that's what we need to remember. But just remember, your data is being collected on an industrial scale when they need to bring refugees in now so that we can start assessing people, and that caseworkers across a country can start assessing people to be put into people's homes. We've had people turn around and say, I will only take a Ukrainian refugee, not any other nationality. We've had people who say, I will only take a Ukrainian orphan. So what do you want? Do you want their mother and father dead in order that you can take? This is not about you hosting. This is about people's lives depending on being able to get into this country and host refugees. So thank you very much.